that happened. I guess we can get into that just to start off, just to sort of reset.
The biggest draft in sports history.
Sports entertainment history. So I have all the results here. And do you want to just go through the results, or do you want to talk about them as we go through them?
We could talk about them as we go through them.
Just to make it
a little
quick,
bit
compact thing.
Yeah.
Okay, let me bring it up on the screen. Well, you can go ahead. Go ahead and start while I get my technical side here.
All right, they first and foremost had to acknowledge the head of the table first, which was Roman Reigns, Solo, and Paul Heyman getting drafted onto SmackDown.
Now, this was interesting because I was a little perplexed by them not drafting the Usos with the Bloodline. But I suppose it's because they're their own tag team. Is that
their
how
own tag team, and they've been losing.
So what is it like?
It's kind
Roman
of
disowning them a little bit.
It's kind of been hinting that Roman's going to disown them from Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman's kind of been signaling some kind of
but would
outing.
that in storyline would that be Roman's call? I think his call would be more to keep the bloodline together, even if he's going to fuck him up.
Storyline, Roman is supposed to be able to bounce from both shows. So it's like, I don't even understand his thing now. Because the Usos, the whole bloodline, they had the belts. Everybody had the belts. So they were able to cross through both shows because they had both belts. Now it's getting to a weird spot. It's kind of confusing. We don't know what's going on. Why is Roman now just stationed? They're making a new belt. Other things of that nature is just...
Well, we're going to get to the new belt in a little bit.
Yeah.
But I saw there was a segment where Roman and I didn't watch the entire segment. I apologize. I'm not all the way caught up, but I watched most of Raw. But there was a segment where Roman kind of cut ties with the Usos, right? Am I wrong?
To a sense.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It wasn't as like, I guess, final?
Yeah, it's not a final thing. It's still, they're in that Sami Zayn position of prove yourself.
You got to prove yourself. Okay. Well, I really did think that was interesting, though, that they drafted them that way. So, again, we'll get to the new title in a little bit. Okay, so Roman goes to Rome, or the Bloodline, minus the Usos, go to SmackDown. Cody Rhodes to Raw. I saw that coming. That wasn't a shock.
That wasn't a shock at all.
No. Yeah. Cody stays on Raw. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was looking at how they did this list. So Bianca Belair. Anything to say about Cody?
No. I think I said enough about Cody this year.
He seems to be like lost in the mix again.
He's going to be lost in the mix. It's honestly, Cody's been lost. That injury really screwed up whatever they had going for him, and now he's in a...
It fucked up his momentum really bad. Yeah.
So.
Worse than people were... Like, I think we were kind of talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
That I was bringing it up, I know, a lot, where is Cody going to still have the same hype when he gets back? And I think he did definitely lose a little bit of that. Also, Sammy took a huge chunk of the support, I think.
Yeah. He left and they just went to Sammy after the injury.
Right. The fans were more like, well, I'd kind of like to see Sammy to be the champion.
Yep.
Also, we could tie into this. Brock Lesnar is a free agent.
I don't give
He's going to be on both shows.
Fuck about Brock Lesnar.
I'm bored with him too.
He's the biggest villain I've ever seen in my life.
Filler?
Yeah.
Yeah. Call him Phil Lesnar.
Yeah. That's his new name.
Phil Lesnar. Well, he's in a feud with Cody, right?
Mm-hmm.
Last I heard. They never had their match. So
more than likely backlash.
Yeah, but I assume Cody's gonna lose that.
Of course.
Brock's not gonna get pinned by Cody.
If Cody, well then no, it probably is. That's probably how they're gonna show Cody's fighting spirit and shit like that to advance him, because Roman had Brock underneath tables and shit to look mighty. So
that's what I'm saying. How do they make Cody believable to win. It's got to be like a fluke win, maybe. He catches Lesnar with a flurry, a super kick party.
Maybe. Does he even do super kicks?
I don't know.
Everybody
does.
He's going to do the stunner off of the springboard stunner.
All right. Well, we'll move on from that. I'm not very interested in Cody versus Brock. I'll be very honest. The match may be good.
I'm not interested in anything versus Brock anymore.
Well, this is the thing. I understand that some matches may be good, but unless I'm emotionally invested in it, I don't give a fuck. It's just two guys beating the shit out of each other.
It's like from when I heard that there was going to be a potential match of Brock Lesnar and Bray Wyatt, I already knew Brock is just he's there just to help whoever's returning.
I guess, but in that case, he would have to lose some. Which you feel like they're building up Brock to have like a big loss to somebody, like a very like an underdog loss.
So that's
to somebody.
I know we're going to have our own separate topic about the title, but do you think that's who's going to have it, Brock?
Let's save that. Let's save that because I want to have that as its own conversation. Okay. All right, let's just fly through some of these. Bianca Belair, SmackDown.
That's kind of crazy because she is the Raw champion.
Right. So how does that work?
Last time they did that, they just swapped titles.
So the red title is now SmackDown's title?
No, they just give her the SmackDown title.
Or what about she just defends it on Raw until she loses it? She should be losing it very soon, I think.
I don't know.
They're trying to make her like the Roman Reigns with the long title run. I mean,
I think they're just competing with AEW, to be honest, and Jade McGillen, whatever her name is.
Well, let's be real. WWE's women's division is way better.
It is way better, but the fact that they have a black woman champion.
Oh, they're trying to compete,
running, and she's streaking as well. So it's like I think they're competing.
Whatever.
Black woman.
She black. All right.
She mighty.
Strong black woman.
She a queen.
Becky Lynch to Raw.
She's always in Raw.
She stays on Raw.
She stays on Raw, yeah.
Street Profits, they stay together, go to SmackDown.
From Raw?
From Raw. So seems like a lateral move.
I don't even know what's the hotter show anymore because Raw used to be the fucking show, and I'm hearing SmackDown is now. So
Raw's the flagship though. That's the big night.
Yep.
Raw Imperium stays all together. Well, I think most stables stay together.
And Gunther's still the Intercontinental Champion, so now that's on Raw.
That's going to be on Raw. Yeah. So that's the secondary. Edge goes to SmackDown from Raw.
Okay.
Whatever. Where did the Judgment Day go? They're not even tied to Edge anymore, right?
No.
All right, so fuck that. Matt Riddle stays on Raw. I'm still surprised he's back. I'm surprised they let him back.
Randy's coming back soon, man.
Yeah, is he?
I feel it.
He's gonna be like a return. We have a new draft.
We're gonna have the conversation.
Okay. SmackDown. Bobby Lashley picks up. SmackDown picks up Bobby Lashley. Raw picks up Drew McIntyre. Two choices I could not give a fuck less about. I'll be honest. You?
I mean, I care a little bit about Drew more than Bobby.
Honestly, I care about them both equally.
Which is
I don't have. I'm just kind of. They're both like they should be great wrestlers just based on their look.
Yeah.
But their characters don't give me anything.
Drew's definitely a better in-ring wrestler than Bobby.
Oh, yes. I'll give you that. Yeah. Took me a second to think, but I'll give you that. The OC, which that's reforming, right?
Yep.
So the OC is back together. AJ Styles, Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, and then they added Mission.
Yeah. Yeah, every stable has a female in it.
Has to have a female now.
Seems like it.
Female representation.
Yeah.
On SmackDown. Raw gets The Miz. The Miz stays on Raw.
Yeah.
Damage Control goes over to SmackDown.
I think they're going to break up soon.
Again, I guess.
Less,
yeah. Now, this is interesting. Shinsuke goes to Raw. If you notice, they're repackaging Shinsuke.
I haven't seen Shinsuke.
Yeah, they're showing vignettes of where they're going, I guess, harder with the strong style thing. Like they're making them very they're making them very like traditional Japanese style vignettes.
Gotcha.
So I guess they're gonna bring him back as a killer again.
Tajiri?
Yeah, more or less. Nice. He should do the fucking Mist, right?
Yeah.
So I'm interested a little bit into see what they're gonna do with Shinsuke.
Okay.
They may push him to the main event. SmackDown, Alba Fire, and Issa Dawn.
Don't know who that is.
Don't know either. They came from NXT. NXT call-ups.
NXT Women's Champion. They're the champions.
And, the Women's Tag Team Champions and the Women's Champion got called up to Raw.
Yeah.
Indy Hartwell. I've heard of her.
I heard she's injured as well.
Ah, okay. Maybe they're going to use that time as like a new introduction.
Yeah.
It's always good sometimes an injury is good for a wrestler because they get to be out for a minute. We get to miss them.
They could come back wherever the fuck they want.
Come back and be a whole different problem. Yeah. Now this is like a lot of these went to Raw. Jesus. Viking Raiders with Valhalla. They go to Raw. Dexter Lumis, big disappointment in my book.
Yep, stays on Raw.
Stays on Raw. Is he still a comedy character?
I guess you could. Still a stalker, I guess. I don't know. I don't really see much of Dexter.
They need to do something with him because he could be a problem.
We're gonna have another conversation. I have something to say about that.
About Candice LeRae?
No, about Dexter. I don't even know who Candice LeRae is.
That's, I believe, what's the guy? Gargano's broad. Candice LeRae goes to Raw. Okay, this is where we're getting into the good stuff. Maximum Male Models go to Raw. They stay on Raw. We have Massey Mansour and Maxine Dupree. Great tag team. Bright future ahead of these kids.
No.
You don't like it still?
No.
I'm telling you, characters. That's all we need is characters.
I'm glad LA Knight is out of that.
We're going to get to LA Knight in a minute. I'm sort of glad too, but I was enjoying Max Dupree. I was enjoying him. All right, NXT call-ups here. All going to Raw. Zoe Stark, JD McDonough?
Yeah, McDonough.
All right. And Apollo Crews.
Oh, we're going to see Apollo again.
No longer the Nigerian prince because apparently that was racist. I'm sure you saw my video on that, right? Yeah. We can talk about that later if you want. If you want to add some comments.
Triple H. Booker T.
Come on. That's a long time ago. Natalya goes over to Raw. Whatever.
Okay.
I like Natalya, but, Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville. They were separate, and now they're going to Raw, I guess, as a tag team?
Yeah. Guess Chelsea Green was already on Raw, but Sonya's coming on over.
Okay. It's your people. Hit Row.
Oh, God. This is not my people.
Hit Row, Ashanti, the Adonis. Who the fuck is that? The Adonis. Oh, that's the guy that took over for Swerve, right?
Yeah.
Okay. B-Fab and Top Rope Dollar.
No. Top Blotch Dollar.
Top Blotch Dollar.
They could go to NXT.
SmackDown. They could fucking go to AEW for all I care. With Swerve. They just suck. They really suck. They're not good rappers either.
No.
They make R-Truth look like Jay-Z.
Yeah, they make the Acclaim sound like
Drake.
Yeah.
SmackDown, Lacey Evans. She stays on SmackDown.
Okay.
I'm waiting for her to finally do something. Lacey Evans. I think she could be in that category of, you know how they have the Rhea Ripley's.
Yeah.
Who is it? Asuka. You know, like the real, like the ones that seem like they can actually fight to some degree, as females at least. I think they could put Lacey Evans in that category. She'd be believable. Rhea Ripley, Raw.
Stays on Raw.
Now, is it weird that they drafted her separately from the Judgment Day? She was her own separate, but they're on the same show still.
Yeah.
It's just weird they did it separate.
Because she's the champion. I don't know.
They wanted to highlight the women's championship.
Yeah.
It's that important.
Yeah.
That's what they wanted to show.
And to show that the fact that she has a SmackDown title and she's going to Raw.
And she's going to Raw.
Or staying on Raw.
We're going to shake things up.
Well, it was already shaking the fact that she was already on Raw and took the SmackDown title instead of going to... She had the choice because she won Royal Rumble.
So she went for that title.
She went for that title instead of going for Bianca.
It's so weird that they didn't just keep the, like, you automatically stay on that show if you're the champion.
Yeah.
It's weird they didn't do that. Austin Theory, SmackDown. So the United, that makes sense. U.S. title goes to SmackDown because the Intercontinental is going to Raw.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Seth Rollins on Raw. Whatevs.
Stays on Raw.
Charlotte Flair on
Stays
SmackDown.
on SmackDown.
That's fine. Queen of SmackDown. Queen of the Blue. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn on Raw. The tag team titles go to Raw.
Yeah.
Usos on SmackDown, so I guess the Bloodline Sami thing is done.
Yeah.
That's definitely over now. Judgment Day stays on Raw. LWO. You know what? Let's save LWO for last because I have some comments on the LWO.
Okay.
LWO SmackDown. Raw, Liv Morgan, Rachel Rodriguez.
Tag team champions.
Women tag team champions. Asuka going to SmackDown. I guess that's fine.
Yeah.
I guess we're going to have some Asuka Charlotte feuds going on again.
Mm-hmm.
Raw, The New Day, Kofi and Xavier.
Thought they were on NXT, but...
Sans Biggie. Yeah, they were, weren't they?
Yeah.
That's weird. They were the NXT tag team champions at one point. The Brawling Brutes go to SmackDown. They stay on SmackDown. Trish Stratus stays on SmackDown, on Raw. Karrion Kross, SmackDown and with Scarlett. Yeah. They stay together. Karrion Kross is just a bore fest to me. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't care for him.
I mean, yeah, it's nothing about him.
No.
Raw takes Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. That's a big choice. Big pick.
Big dykes, okay.
LA Knight
stays on SmackDown.
Now I'm kind of pissed off about this. I wanted LA Knight to go to Raw because I think he's just floundering in SmackDown. He's wasting away. He should be a much bigger star than he is.
I mean, he's already old.
Doesn't matter. He got the star quality, baby.
It does matter.
How old was Liam Neeson when he first started acting?
That's acting.
Yeah, LA Knight is one of those guys that doesn't have to wrestle a lot. He can just be in the back doing promos and shit.
Yeah, so he could do that on SmackDown.
He's been doing it, but he basically LA Knight, in my opinion, overshadowed Bray Wyatt in their feud.
Bray Wyatt was trash.
Yeah, but also LA Knight was good. He wasn't bad in it.
I think
you don't like LA Knight.
You know when you're really hungry, you can eat anything and it tastes great.
Oh, or it's like when they show you a movie in school. It doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah,
it's great.
It's great.
Yeah. I get you. I don't know. I feel like LA Knight's gonna just fucking get lost in SmackDown, and I think he should be doing much bigger things. I
honestly think that's what they're gonna do with him, and he just disappears.
Yeah. All right, let's run through these quicker. Braun Strowman, Ricochet on Raw, Shotzi SmackDown.
No one cares.
Yeah, stays on SmackDown. Bronson Reed stays on Raw.
Who?
Bronson Reed, the big fat
fat dude. Okay.
He's kind of interesting.
He just was about to start a feud with somebody. I forgot who it was.
he jumped into like a match.
Yeah, he jumped into an argument.
Was it
with
almost?
I think it was him.
I don't know. I got to look back at that.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about though. Pretty Deadly comes from NXT, goes to SmackDown. Alpha Academy, which I'm surprised that's still a thing.
Shush, please.
Ugh. What's the other thing he does that there's another thing he does that I think is way funnier. I have to look it up and I'll bring it up another time. But Chad Gable needs to do something else. Stop
being Kurt Angle.
At least the thing about Chad Gable is he has personality. He just has to figure it out fully and he'll be good. Rick Boogs, SmackDown. Katana Chance and Caden Carter, Raw. Cameron Grimes goes to SmackDown.
All right.
Could be interesting. Got some newbies. Jesus, how many nights were there? All right, Dana Brooke. I'll just run through these because these are all going to Raw. Dana Brooke, Nikki Cross, Johnny Gargano, Los Lotharos. The fuck is that?
Angel and Herberto.
Yeah. Oh, these are all like after the shows. These are all done after. Yeah. Akira Tozawa, Piper Niven. Is that Zia Lee?
Yeah.
Tegan Knox, Emma, Riddick Moss, Indus Sher. Oh, that's a new stable.
Yeah, that's from NXT.
Oh, from NXT. Okay, that's where those fuckers been. All right. And Odyssey, sorry. Odyssey Jones, excuse me, I'm an idiot. All going to Raw. Two of those were NXT call-ups.
Yep.
Tamina goes to SmackDown. She's still there. Jesus. And Grayson Waller goes to SmackDown.
Yep.
Yeah, so I don't know.
It seems like a lot of people are going to Raw.
Raw's stacked, huh?
Yeah.
Well, 3-hour show. Guess it makes more sense. They get more picks.
Oh yeah, SmackDown's what, 2 hours?
Yeah. SmackDown's just still a 2-hour show. Yeah, tell us what you guys think in the chat of the draft. As far as like, other than what we've already commented on, I would hope. Honestly, I hope they get to the point where they start breaking up the Street Profits, the thing you brought up before.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that happen.
I like to see Imperium break up the Brawling Brutes.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say you want to see Imperium break up. Say for what? I want them to stay together forever. I want them to be like one of those teams that just never break up. I think it's like it's impossible. Like they make it like that kind of feel. Almost like how the Bloodline felt at one point. Anything you got?
I think it's stupid that Roman Reigns and Solo by themselves is the Bloodline. I just want to put that out there. Pretty stupid.
Well, you gotta add the wise man. Paul Heyman's in there.
I didn't even the only mix-ups that they did were titles. They didn't break up anybody.
You're right. Yeah.
Nobody got separated. So to me, that's kind of whack.
Well, there was a thing in it where I was like, okay, good. That means Imperium will stay together. That means like certain teams will stay together that I want to. But then I was looking at it like that whole thing kind of did take away from a lot of the oh my God moments that could have been there. Like I think what you said a while back, that separating the Street Profits with the draft would have been a great idea.
Great idea. I just believe the draft was created to separate teams
without a feud.
Yeah. Or like
or
with
a big
storyline. Yeah.
Yeah. I think, but maybe there is a storyline to tell with the Street Profits breaking up. Maybe that'll make them both interesting.
Because it's crazy. The thing is, they started it and stopped.
The breakup.
Yeah.
Like the seeds for it.
Yeah.
They're not even laying seeds for it anymore.
No.
Maybe they've done that before where they go, all right, we're going to break them up. And then they look at the numbers. Oh, shit, they're selling T-shirts. They're selling a lot of merch.
Yeah, forget this ever happened tonight.
Yeah. So we'll pull back a little bit. So, I mean, it could be a future thing. Let it ride out a little bit longer. Maybe it's not over. But I'm just saying that because I've never been a fan of the team, but I do think they would be good separately.
Right.
Yeah.
Both of them.
They'd be better off, I think.
Montez, big baby face pop.
Honestly,
Dawkins, big heel pop.
Honestly, I see it the opposite. I know it sounds crazy, but I think it would be a better story to tell that Montez is the cocky, arrogant asshole and Dawkins is more humble. And then it's like, all right, Dawkins now has to, because Montez is going to be a good babyface at some point.
Montez is going to be a good champion at some point.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. So, I think Dawkins might have a chance, depending on him developing a good character.
He's a good low high card.
This is where they'll fuck up. This is where I'll know Dawkins is done. Is if they break up, and then when he breaks up, he comes out in a singlet. It's over.
It's already in a singlet.
If he doesn't come out in some like kind of cool outfit, where you're like, okay, kind of looks cool.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. That's gonna fuck him up. It's what's the look, because I think Montez is gonna be good, like in his image.
Yeah. Once
he gets out of the Street Profits shit, you know what I mean. So Dawkins is a little iffy because sometimes he looks like a Harlem Globetrotter.
Yeah.
When they were getting a little up there,
he looks like a extra in Def Jam Fight for New York.
Yeah. He's like our family.
Yeah.
Attention! Dawkins! Pete Ortiz, Austin Theory needs to lose that U.S. title. Austin Theory just needs to step the fuck up. I'm just like bored with him.
Austin Theory, I was gonna say step the fuck down.
I'm not seeing the special quality in him anymore.
You saw it before?
A little bit. And only because I watched like an interview of him outside of wrestling. And I was like, okay, he seems like a relatable dude. But then he comes out on TV and he's just a fucking jerk off.
It's Vince McMahon's son.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe he's too putting that Vince McMahon title, that chosen title on you. I think maybe puts too much pressure on some of those guys.
Put too much pressure on him.
Yeah. Because now he's afraid to try things.
And he's being looked at in the locker room as that.
Maybe. So people don't want to make him look as good.
Yeah, I don't think for 1 second once they already say like, oh, that's your dad, Vince McMahon, daddy's boy. That's not real jabs to him. So.
Yeah, I'm not at one point I was like, all right, I'm gonna like look and see what he's about. There's a couple points where I was like, okay, maybe there's something in there, but now I don't see it. I think that U.S. title run also is kind of, he's not carrying it.
He won the Money in the Bank and cashed it and lost. He's trash.
He did some stupid shit with him already.
Mm-hmm.
You're right.